The man in ancient Rome who was mocked in the street almost every single day. People threw insults at him. Some threw worse. He was once a slave, crippled in one leg by a master who beat him for sport. And yet centuries later, emperors would read his words to calm their own minds before battle. His name was Epictetus, and he built an entire philosophy on one idea that most people never fully understand until it's too late in life. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business. Right now, somewhere in your mind, there's a version of you performing for people who barely think about you at all. You replay a conversation, wondering if you sounded stupid. You hesitate to post something, wear something, say something, because of a judgment that hasn't even happened yet, and probably never will. This isn't a small problem. This is one of the most exhausting, invisible weights a person can carry, and almost nobody tells you how to actually put it down. Not with generic advice like, just be yourself, with something deeper, something the Stoics tested in the harshest conditions imaginable, slavery, exile, and public disgrace, and proved actually works. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why other people's opinions have less power over your life than you think, and exactly what to do the next time that fear shows up. Let's start with the truth. Almost nobody says out loud. People think about you far less than you believe. Psychologists have a name for the opposite illusion, the spotlight effect, the false belief that everyone is watching and judging your every move. But here's the uncomfortable reality. Most people are too consumed by their own anxieties, their own mistakes, their own mirror, to spend meaningful time thinking about yours. The awkward thing you said last week. You remember it because it's your memory. To everyone else, it was a forgettable 10 seconds in a day full of their own worries. The moment you understand that the audience you're performing for barely exists, most of the fear starts to lose its grip. But knowing this isn't enough because the fear isn't really about other people. It's about something older, something Epictetus identified 2,000 years ago. He said that some things are within our control, and some things are not. Your effort, your choices, your character. Those are yours. But what someone else thinks, feels, or says about you, that belongs entirely to them. It is their judgment, shaped by their own life, their own insecurities, their own limited view of you. When you try to control what's in someone else's head, you're not protecting yourself. You're handing them the steering wheel of your own life. Every time you shrink yourself to avoid a stranger's disapproval, you're not being humble. You're giving away power you were never meant to give away. Here's where it gets psychologically deeper. The fear of judgment isn't really about the judgment itself. It's about identity. Somewhere along the way, you learn to attach your sense of self-worth to approval. As a child, approval meant safety, a parent's smile, a teacher's praise, a friend group's acceptance. Your nervous system learned early that disapproval could mean danger, exclusion, even survival threat. But you're not a child anymore, and a stranger's raised eyebrow is not a threat to your survival. It only feels that way because an old wiring is firing in a body that has since grown up. Recognizing this is the first real shift, not forcing yourself to stop caring, but understanding why you started caring in the first place, so the fear loses its disguise as truth and reveals itself as an old, outdated alarm. Now here's how the Stoics actually trained this. Not by pretending not to care. That's suppression, and suppression always breaks eventually. They practiced something closer to exposure. Cato the Younger, one of the most respected men in Rome, would deliberately wear unfashionable clothing in public. Clothing that invited mockery, not out of carelessness, but as practice. He wanted to feel the discomfort of disapproval on purpose, in small doses, so it would lose its power over him in moments that actually mattered. This is the part almost nobody tells you. You don't build immunity to judgment by avoiding it. You build it by facing small, controlled doses of it until your nervous system learns the truth. Disapproval doesn't kill you. It just feels uncomfortable for a moment and then it passes. There's one more layer, and it might be the most important. Marcus Aurelius wrote something that cuts through all of this in a single sentence, that it's not other people's judgments that harm you. It's your own judgment about their judgment. Someone criticizes you. That's just sound, just opinion, just noise in the world. The pain doesn't come from their words. It comes from the moment you translate those words into a verdict about your worth. You are the judge who convicts yourself, using someone else's voice as the evidence. Take that power back, and their words become just words again. Information you can use or discard, not a verdict you have to accept. So here's what to actually do the next time that fear shows up. Before you speak, before you post, before you walk into a room and start performing for an audience that barely exists, ask yourself 3 things. Is this actually in my control? Whose opinion is this really? Is it about the truth of who I am or about who they need me to be? And finally, if this person's opinion vanished completely right now, would I still make this choice? If the answer is yes, that's your real self speaking. Everything else was just noise dressed up as truth. Epictetus lived as a slave and died as one of history's most respected philosophers, not because people stopped judging him, but because their judgment stopped having power over his life. That power is not something you find, it's something you take back, one honest choice at a time. The next time you feel that familiar fear of what someone might think, remember, they're probably not even thinking about you at all. And even if they are, their opinion was never yours to carry. Rise like Rome. Because the moment you stop performing for the crowd is the moment you finally start living your own life.